So when you first start Uber or you start DoorDash or you start any one of the gig apps, it's pretty simple. We all want to basically be super high in terms of our ratings. We all want to get as high as possible. We all want to be 5.0. We all want to be, 5-star. Nobody really wants to not be, 5 stars. Everybody values their ratings. Everybody tries their best. Everybody is like legitimately trying to do whatever they possibly can to get the highest ratings possible. That's what everybody does. Because it's the human thing. Nobody says, hey, I'm going to be rated the lowest that I possibly can be. I'm going to be, I'm going to be the worst. I'm going to be as worst as possible on this platform as I possibly can. Nobody says that. That doesn't make sense, right? But it definitely happens. As time goes on, as things go on, you get these 1 stars, or you get a 3-star, or you get a 4-star, or little by little you just start getting these little dings in your armor. And it's like, at first it hurt, because it's like, what? I took that passenger and she thanked me for the ride and everything was all good and it was a beautiful ride. But she still rated me a 1 star. Or, man, when that guy got in, he stanked, but I did everything that he said. I kept the AC the right way that he wanted. I was in that car freezing. I was freezing in that car. But he still rated me 1 star. Or, man, I remember that lady. I picked up that lady, her and her friend, and they both weighed like 300 pounds, but I picked them up. I gave them great customer service. But they still rated me 1 star. Or I took that lady, her and her children. I even played Christmas music for the children. I talked about reindeers, and I did all of this. I had little snacks. I gave the little kids snacks, and they left a mess in my car. But my car was super clean when they got in, and they left a mess in my car. But I gave the little kid snacks, He was crying the whole time, so I gave him some snacks, and then that shut him up, and they thanked me for the ride. But they still left me a 1 star. Or, man, that lady was complaining the whole ride. I guess that guy was complaining the whole ride, and it's like, man, he told me he was late, and I tried to get him there. I actually got him there a couple minutes earlier than he thought. He still rated me a 1 star. See, as you do this, these situations I laugh, but I laugh out of pain, because these situations happen, and it's like, out of basic human emotion, you try to help them, you try to resolve it, you try to do whatever you can. But people will 1 star you just because, People will 1 star you because you're black. People will 1 star you because you're white. People will 1 star you because you got a great car. People will 1 star you because, the AC wasn't on 72 when they got in the car. People will 1 star you for the way that you drive as you hear the airplane pass over. Oh boy, people will 1 star you because there's a lot of traffic, because they had to sit in a lot of traffic, even though they knew where they ordered the Uber at. People will just 1 star you just because they already had it in their mind that they were going to 1 star you. You got to understand, people just want a free ride. I don't know if you knew that, but a lot of the 1-stars are just for free rides. 1-stars, 3-stars, 2-stars, 4-stars. It's a lot of airplanes passing by, as you can hear. So, I don't know. I'm of the mindset that if you gonna 1-star me, then I had to kick you out. We had to have a fight. Something serious. Something like it almost came to blows type stuff for you to 1-star me. That's just how I look at it. But if you got to your destination safely, you thank me for the ride, there's no reason why you should 1-star me. In my case, y'all know, I don't really play the music super loud unless you ask. Now, I do have customers that ask. Some customers be like, hey, can you turn the radio up? Yeah, no problem. And I turn the radio up because 10 out of 10 times, I have this headphone in. And this is where my music is. My music is in my head, in my ear, but I don't really listen to music, which I gotta start back doing. So you might be wondering why there's so many planes that keep passing by. Unfortunately, I am by the airport. I'm not at the airport, but I'm by the airport. So, but yeah, man, listen, I keep the music low. I don't talk to you unless you really talk to me. Now, if you talk to me, I can have a conversation. But if you just get in the car, okay, hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. All right, cool. We going to 123 Main Street? Gotcha. The temperature feel okay? And do you care about the radio station? That's it. That's all I'm saying to you. That little sequence right there. Outside of that, I'm not hitting on you if you're a woman. Because, you know, you got to say this nowadays. Listen, I'm not hitting on women. I don't even think about that. That's not in my vocabulary right now. Or I'm not, if you a guy, I don't know. I'm not trying to sell you anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just I am genuinely an introvert. Like, I don't know if y'all know what that means, but an introvert means that in my case, it means that I am off in my own little world by myself on my own. Yeah, I may be in the front seat, but I'm chilling by myself up there in the front seat. Now, whatever you doing in the back seat, I'm blocking you out because I got my headphone in and I'm zoned out. That's what it kind of comes down to. So, honestly, it's almost annoying. If I'm being honest, it's almost annoying to try to have a conversation, to try to entertain people. But I do it, you know, because, listen, I've been doing this for 5 years now, which is crazy to say, but I've been doing this for 5 years. So sometimes it just happens, you know. I have people cracking up sometimes just because I'm just telling jokes. You know, my favorite joke is, okay, if you're from the South Florida area, then you'll get this, right? So if you're up north, so let's say you're anywhere but Miami, right? You're in Fort Lauderdale, you're in West Palm Beach, you're even further up north in Jacksonville, and we're going down to Miami. I always tell them, listen, you gonna know when we hit Miami. They say, how? I say, it's not by the palm trees, not by the beautiful buildings, not by, you know, you're gonna see nice cars or anything like that. Because, I mean, realistically, in South Florida, we have a lot of nice cars, you know. There's a lot of areas where you're going to see nice cars, you know. There's a lot of areas where you're going to see nice, beautiful trees, and you're going to see beautiful buildings, especially if you go down Ocean Boulevard or A1A or, you know, or Collins. Like, you're going to see beautiful buildings, or, I mean, really just anything east. A lot of the buildings east, a lot of the places east are really nice. As I'm looking at another plane. Oh, man. I don't know. This might, hey, sometimes this is how it happens, right? Oh, man. But You know, it's not hard to find beautiful buildings in South Florida. But I always say, you gonna know Miami, not by none of those things that you probably thinking, but by the traffic. And they, it can't be that bad. It can't be that bad. And every time we go down to Miami, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so different. Because, you know, like, usually I'm coming from up north, so I'll be coming from Palm Beach, or I'll be coming from Fort Lauderdale and going into Miami, and it's a difference. It's a big difference, you know. Miami is a very populated place. If you don't know that, then you don't know that. But especially in the sense of Aventura and Golden Glades, that place is crazy, especially during the day, especially, yeah, that place gets crazy packed. And it's like, for no other reason than just because it gets packed, just because. And so, yeah, when people are, I always tell that joke, and it's always funny how their first reaction is, oh, okay, yeah, I'm used to traffic. Oh, I'm from Chicago. Oh, I'm from this place. I'm from that place. I get Chicago. I get New York. I get Massachusetts and Boston. Yeah, I get Canada and Quebec. I get those places a lot. And it's like, yeah, okay. All right, cool. You understand traffic, huh? And it's like every time, once we hit Miami, it's like, oh, you wasn't joking, huh? And that's the punchline. I mean, you know, so I entertain people sometimes. I'm not really a jokester. I'm not, you know, like I said, I'm an introvert. So I am best when I'm just in my own little world. I have my headphone on and I'm listening. So I don't really listen to much music when I'm driving. I more so have a podcast, you know, really like YouTube videos in my ear. So, you know, catching up on the news or catching up on different people, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's really what I'm listening to. So I'm at best when I could do that. But, you know, I have those customers that want me to kind of like entertain them. And so, you know, I do that. Every ride is the same for me. Every ride is the same. In the sense of it's the same opening. Like I told you, good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, the salutation. Where we're going to, the address, I'm confirming the address up front. We're going to 123 Main Street, right? Right. Cool. Okay. Does the temperature feel good? I'm checking on the AC. And do you care about the radio? It's just on pop. That's really what I say. That whole sequence is generally in the beginning of every trip that I take. And then after that, I'm quiet. Unless you're talking to me. Unless you're asking me about the car, or you asking me about the area, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just... But I get 1 stars all the time. All the time. All the time. Like I said, I'm a very good driver, but I get 1 stars all the time. And so you would probably be like, well, you're a horrible driver. You're a crazy taxi, or, you know what I'm saying? Like, or, you know, you got to be doing something wrong in the car. And in reality, it's not. I'm quiet. If you talk to me, if you don't, okay, cool. What else can I do? I'm not going to force a conversation, nor am I afraid to be quiet. You say you want the music off, I turn the music off. You say you want it colder, I turn it colder. You know? Like, I don't know. But what most people learn when you start doing Uber is that those 1 stars come out of nowhere. They come because people just want a free ride. So the whole point of this video, now I done kind of rambled and told you about what I do in the car and all of that stuff. The whole point of this video was just to say, like, those 1 stars aren't really because you have bad customer service. Those ratings aren't really, if you have a 1 star, 2 star, you know, sometimes you deserve it, sometimes. But I mean, like, realistically, those ratings don't matter, man. They don't come from a real place. You're not being rated because you really were a horrible driver. You're being rated because they want a free ride. So ultimately, at least in my experience. And I'm pretty sure you guys know this too. So ultimately, your ratings don't pay your bills. They don't. Even if I was a 5.0 driver, I'm not going to make any more money than a 4.9 driver or 4.8 driver. I mean, technically I might, because maybe they'll get deactivated. But I've seen drivers that's rated like 4.5 and they still on the platform. So, your ratings don't matter. And I know we all get so caught up in them. I want to be 5-star. I want to have the highest ratings. I want to be 5.0. We get so caught up in it, but it doesn't help your money. It's not money in your bank account. So it doesn't matter in that sense. Now, obviously there's a threshold, but you really shouldn't be rated a 4.7. Let's be honest, unless you got something going on. But most people, it don't matter. It ain't affecting your bank account. But yeah, with that being said, man, I done rambled, I done talked. Oh man, listen. Hey, if you're not in a Telegram group, the link is in the description. Now we got another airplane coming, so the link is in the description. Check it out, man. We are a community. If you join, be a part of the community. Talk in the community. We would love your feedback, man. We would love your input, I should say. But yeah, if you got any questions, any comments, how many 5.0 drivers are out there? But yeah, if you got any questions or any comments or anything to say, leave it in the comments below, man. I love talking to y'all. I will get better. Things been going on. Sorry. But yeah, man, with that being said, man, I am out of here. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Thank you for watching. Now that another plane is coming. Deuces.